Hello, everyone. I am Justin with Is It Scary Wisconsin, joined here tonight by my best friend Gage, and we are reviewing Terror on Rural Street. Is that in Hartford? Pretty sure it's in Hartford,
Hartford,
Wisconsin.
yeah.
Yeah. It's in Hartford, Wisconsin. It's put on by a nonprofit, and there's a lot of imitators popping up on the around the social medias and stuff with all these different haunted house reviews becoming popular. And all you have to remember when it comes to your haunted house review is if it ain't as it's scary, it ain't shit. And one other thing you need to remember, there's merch links in the description. Support Is It Scary Wisconsin. Check it out. We got the banging caustic purple right behind Gage there as he does his little green screen thing. It's pretty cool, right? All right, so we're gonna jump in and we're gonna
Get that
talk
on a
about,
shirt, damn it.
we're gonna talk about Terror on Rural Street. And Gage, I think Jenna had some notes for us. So why don't you go ahead and do her little review first, and then you can go, and I'll bring it home since I actually wrote a lot of notes.
Can you stop being so productive? You're exposing us. So, Terror on Rural Street for Jenna. Jenna gave the scenery a 23 out of 25, with the aesthetics being 5 out of 5, theme being a 4 out of 5, props being a 5 out of 5, lighting being a 5 out of 5, and continuity being a 4 out of 5. The sounds... If only. Oh, okay. I had a hard time figuring out what her note was actually saying. The sounds, with sounds is a 17 out of 25. Volume being a 4 out of 5. Theme being a 3 out of 5. Actors sounds being a 2 out of 5. Atmospheres being a 4 out of 5, and music being a 4 out of 5. She had a little note in sound saying if only there was a smells category because she loves her popcorn. For scares, she has a 20 out of 25. She has 5 out of 5 for effort, 5 out of 5 with makeup and masks, 2 out of 5 with phobias, 4 out of 5 for hiding, and 4 out of 5 for jump scares. Actors, she's got a 13 out of 15. That being energy, 5 out of 5. Scary, 3 out of 5. In character is a 5 out of 5. And her MVA is the doctor. If you guys need to understand who that is the one where you take a left into a room with a lady screaming at you right in front of you. Room goes pitch black, and here's a doctor charging right after you. That is her MVA, following up with a 10 out of 10 score for fun, because she did mark yes for fun, with a conclusion of 83 out of 100 for good category. All right, finally, that one is over. So, this is my notes. This is my notes. I want to note something that when you and I and Jenna were walking out of Terror on Rural Street, what's the thing that I said? What I say about that haunt?
You were kind of talking about how it's hard to review all of these haunts under the same umbrella, and the reason for that is some of them are... It's like reviewing a lightweight fighter against a super heavyweight fighter, right? You know what I mean? Or it's like comparing the scares of Abandoned Haunted Complex or Revenge to like the scares of Terror on Rural Street. Like, it's hard to do. I have a comment I want to make on your comments about that after you're finished, because in their advertising, I find it interesting how they advertise this haunt and with the actual experience we had. So go ahead.
I was actually, the word I was looking for as soon as we left the haunt was character.
Tons of it. This place oozes character.
If I have to describe Terror on Rural Street, it's got character. Now, that's not me just giving a participation trophy. So moving on to my review. For scenery, I have a 22 out of 25. First thing I said is it is aesthetically pleasing. As soon as we walked in, it is aesthetically pleasing. Am I saying it right? Aesthetically? Aesthetically pleasing. That's the first thing I said when we walked through. It's got some fun themes with a fun house with some homemade props. I love the homemade props. I saw some of the animatronics. I'm like, that's cute. I could do that, like the way that it looks. And that's good. And I want to also briefly discuss that about the weight classes when it comes to haunts, because of course if you're gonna charge animatronics for like revenge, spooks and spur and all that stuff, not revenge doesn't have animatronics, abandoning that compared to this, of course it's gonna blow us out of the water. But these are two different weight classes. So for what they have, for making those fun homemade props, I really enjoyed that. So I think I just completely strayed off of my numbers. For scenery, like I said, 22 out of 25, with aesthetics being 5 out of 5. Themes being a 4 out of 5. Props being a 4 out of 5. Lighting with a 5 out of 5. I really did enjoy the black lights. It was a fun touch because that was in 90% of the rooms. And continuity being a 4 out of 5. For sounds, I have an 18 out of 25. The volume was faultless. It was great. It was almost perfect. It wasn't distracting from any kind of scares. While we're in the waiting room, I could hear plenty of people in the house screaming. It really got me psyched for, what am I in for? What am I going to check this place out? I'm really excited. The sounds also do complement the themes. And I'm referring to the different sounds, like audios that they are playing. It does seem like they do complement each theme. And the actors did make Oh, okay. All right. Let me actually backtrack here. So volume, 5 out of 5. Themes being a 4 out of 5. Actor sounds the 3 out of 5. And this is where I was fumbling there. The actors were making kind of some generic sounds. And it's okay. But I would like to hear some unique sounds, or you know what I mean. The actors, you guys are creative. You know what you're doing.
Ra and ga and blah are not scary because you can spell them.
Atmosphere being a 3 out of 5 and music being a 3 out of 5. That did, like I said, give it a total of 18 out of 25. Scares was a 16 out of 25. The effort really was there. It was a 5 out of 5. They were trying. The mask and makeup was a 5 out of 5. It was good for its level of haunt. The phobias was a 2 out of 5. Hiding was a 4 out of 5, and jump scares was a 3 out of 5. The phobias, I don't really know what else to really touch on. It's kind of generic, clowns and stuff, but I didn't really see much else. Actually, I'm gonna bump that up by a point for phobias because I just realized that they had some snakes in there, and I don't had a whole lot. So I'm gonna bump that up from a 2 to a 3. And bumping the total score for scares to a 17 rather than a 16. And let me just adjust my final score. That's got to wait till the end. Okay, all right. I want to note here when it comes to the jump scares. I don't get this personally myself. When we go through haunts, Jenna's normally leading. She's always getting scared. All right. I decide to lead for once. And now they're missing me and they're scaring the people behind me. I'm like, what the hell? Can somebody please scare me? I don't know if that is just the actors having some poor timing or they're just trying to target the people in the middle of the group or behind me, because I get it. You see a grown-ass man, you're thinking, I'm not going to scare him. I'm more than likely going to scare the chick behind him. But I would like to get scared. I don't know if they're missing it or not, but whatever. That's why I had to kind of dock some points there. Actors was a 13 out of 15. Energy was there. Scary was a 3 out of 5, and in character was a 5 out of 5. I always have I struggle always docking points for in character because most of the time characters are in character. Again, scary. I didn't really find it that scary. I walked out of there just thinking like, wow, this was a treat for the eyes as opposed to a skipping heart motion that I was feeling. A skipping heartbeat is what I'm trying to look for. My MVA would have to be the elevator guy, Alexi. He was fun to work with for the first 30 seconds of the haunt, and it was really enjoyable kind of hanging out with them in a really tight, cramped elevator. Was it fun? Yes, I gave it a 10 for that. I mean, it's either yes for 10, 0, no for 0. This gives it a total score of 80 for good. This haunt is a good haunt for teenagers looking for a haunt to go to. It is a fun family, I want to say family, it's a fun city haunt. You can tell the city got together and they said hey, let's put a haunted house out there and just, make a name for our city. I'm sure Hartford has been known for other things. I'm not saying it's only for that. I don't know much about Hartford, but yeah, I did enjoy it. Oh man, why are you looking depressed over here?
Okay. Now for the review everybody cares about.
Should we just put a time skip after my review?
Yeah, you should. You should put a timestamp. Jenna's review, Gage's
When,
review,
as
the
soon as it
actual
starts,
review. Yeah.
Actual review. Yeah, actually, it will just say, just click this button. It won't even say anything else. Say, just click the button.
I'm gonna start doing YouTube shorts where I cut out like just segments of me saying relevant stuff about the haunts and being like the Terror on the Fox review, the Realm of Darkness review, the Abandoned Haunt review, the Terror on Rural Street review. Here we go. Terror on Rural Street. Scenery 22 out of 25, aesthetics 5, themes 5, props 4, lighting 4, continuity 4. Sounds 18 out of 25. Volume, I changed it to a 4. Theme 3. Actor sounds 3. There was a lot of things I could spell. A lot of blah and boo and boo and ah and blah. Stuff I can spell. It's not scary. Stop doing that. If you can spell it, it is not scary. Don't do it. Atmosphere 4 out of 5. Music 3 out of 5. The thing is, I didn't really notice anything outside of
the carnival one's the only one that really got me, and that's what I liked.
Whose review is this?
Shut your mouth. I'm putting my input.
Scares. Effort. 3. Masks. Makeup. 4. Phobias. 3. Hiding. 3. Jump scares. 3. Total 16 out of 25. Actors. Energy. 4. Scary. 3. In character. 5. Total 12. Was it fun? Yes. MVA. Guy on the stairs or near the top of the stairs with the glowing mask that got right in our face. After, when we came up out of the stairs, he came out of the darkness with the mask and got right in our face. My final score, 78 out of 100. A good haunt. Overall, Terror on Rural Street is good and fun. It's not scary. I feel the $15, $25 ticket price for this is a bit high, but I get it. Especially if you're building these scenes and this is all a home-built haunt or a group-built haunt. That is expensive. Very expensive. There's a lot of spirit at this haunt. In fact, some of the most spirit in the business. This haunt reminds me a lot of Camp Tapawingo, The Haunted Voyage. You can feel the energy. You can feel the positive vibe that the people who put this on put into it. You can feel that here. There's some really cool set design, like you guys mentioned with the UV lights and the glow paint and all that stuff. That is neat. That is really cool, and I enjoyed that. The scares here are appropriate for everyone, meaning the overall haunt is not going to scare most seasoned haunt goers. I don't mean people that this is the only haunted house they go to all year. I mean most people that go to a lot of haunted houses will probably not get overly scared at Terror on Rural Street. The rushing in the elevator was actually entertaining, and the overall feeling at this haunt was really good. This is a haunt best served like Terror on the Fox in Green Bay, as a addition to others, either in the same night or the same weekend. When you advertise like they do on their page, number one goal is to scare the shit out of you. You better deliver. They did not deliver in the scares department. I was expecting to have significantly more jump scares and holy shit scares. I did not have that. Hence my lower scare score of 16. However, the sets here and the actual work here is top level. One thing I want to advise to the crew at Terror on Rural Street is that you stop any and all scares on the stairs. We had actors scaring us right at the top of the stairs. that is the perfect place for somebody to freak out, step back, lose their footing on the stairs, and go right down. Eventually, somebody is going to get hurt there. I would consider having a minimum distance between any stair walking whatsoever or any inclined walking whatsoever before having scares, either before or after those stairs. Be careful with that because it can lead to issues. The worker in the ticket booth. Hi. She was awesome. She had our will call fast pass tickets ready for us with our name on them. She did a fantastic job. She explained to me where to go, and she was so kind. And I felt welcome here. I felt like, wow, like this is a community event. Terror on Rural Street. That's how I felt going through. To the point to where I wish it was closer to my house, because I'd go again. That's how I felt going through here. It was good. It was fun. But it didn't scare the shit out of me. If you're going here looking to have the scariest event of your life, look elsewhere. And that's okay. Just know what you're getting into. The set design is awesome. The props, for what they're using, pretty damn cool. Not the scariest, but fun. Gage, any final thoughts on Terror on Rural Street?
I am glad you touched on the stair things.
Scaring too close to the stairs is a safety hazard.
As soon as I stepped on the, I think it was the top rung of the stairs, or maybe the bottom, but whichever, it's on the stairs, a huge air jet blew my ankle. I'm like, man, wow.
Yeah.
That's kind of sketchy. I mean, I'm a young man, I'm fine, but you get someone who's kind of not good on their feet, that's gonna hurt someone. So I just be a little careful with that. You know, we're always trying to look for safety for both the haunt, the actors, and haunt goers. That was our biggest concern when it came to other haunts in previous years. So.
You know, the only reason I mentioned that in this review is because I know somebody from Terror on Rural Street obviously is going to see it. Keep your scares distance from the stairs.
At least 5 feet max.
Minimum 5 feet.
Minimum. I mean,
because
yes. Minimum,
when I came to the top of the stairs, that actor that came out of the darkness had their mask right in my face, and I actually went back and I actually grabbed the railing. So I'm just pointing that out. That's something that needs to be rectified there, because it's a really cool event, and I do not want to see something go wrong like that. Because you can have an awesome event, you can have a great time, everybody's having a good time, and all it takes is one incident like that, and all the fun is over. And I don't want to see that happen, because I actually really like the haunt. To the point
I want to see good things for the future.
To the point to where I hope next time we're down that way, we get to go again.
Definitely. You know, this is just a whole weight class of haunts on its own. I do want to at some point make a live stream or video about that. That would be a fun discussion to have.
Yep.
To figure out where do all these haunts weigh up on this list of, because again, you never want to put a lightweight with a heavy hitter. That's just, obviously that's not going to work.
Yeah. So at the end of the day, Terror on Rural Street was a fun event. Not the scariest, but a really fun event. And I think we had a really great time. It was a nice way to cap off our trip down to the Milwaukee area. I gave it a 78. Gage, you gave it a what? Would you give it an 80?
I have my notes right here. I gave it an 80, correct.
Yep.
And Jenna gave it an 83.
Yep. You guys can give us your thoughts if you've been to Terror on Rural Street down in the comments. Like the video if you enjoyed this. Remember, we have merch links down below. And don't forget, if it isn't scary, it ain't shit. Gage, what do the viewers really want to know, though?
Is it scary, Wisconsin?
Have a good night. Oh, Jenna.